Hey guys, this is a explanation of the Codeforces problem watermelon. So let me share my screen. Okay, so first of all, the problem says on one hot summer day, Pete and his friend Billy decided to buy a watermelon. They chose the biggest and ripest one in their opinion. So all this doesn't matter except the scale that showed W kilos. So that's what the first input line would be, which is how much the watermelon weighs. So in the second paragraph it says, Pete and Billy are great fans of even numbers. That's why they want to divide the watermelon in such a way that each of the two parts weighs an even number of kilos. Not equal, but like you can divide them so both numbers are even. So like in the example 8, it is yes because in the note it says, for example, the boys can divide the watermelon into two parts of 2 and 6. So you can divide them into 2 and 6, so then they are both even, so that works. And it also says 4 and 4 also works, which is the right thing. And say if it's like 7, it would be no, because you cannot divide 7 into two even numbers. Okay. So let's implement an idea. So first of all, we'll start with a variable. Let's just call it kilos. And we'll just set it to be 0. And it says in the input we have to read it in, so we see in kilos. Alright, our next step is to find out if the number can be divided into even numbers. So let's start off with a special case. So let's think of 2. Would 2 work? 2 wouldn't work, even though it's even. It cannot be divided into two even numbers because 2 and 0 wouldn't work because 0 isn't really an even number or an odd number. And so 2 would not work, even though it's even. So let's write in our code, if kilos is equal to 2, we're using if statement, then we automatically see out no, because it would not work. Here's semicolon. Now let's add a different case. So now let's see if it would work. So we want the number to be even, the only exception being 2. So any other even number would work that's above 0. So like 16, you could divide it into 10 and 6, or like 32, you could do 16 and 16, or something like that. So any even number that's not 2 would work. So let's see. Else if kilos mod 2, if it's equal to 0, then we see out yes. And what this essentially means is that if kilos is divided by 2, does it have a remainder? And that's what the mod percent thing does. So if it equals to 0, then there's no remainder, and the answer is yes. Now, there's a different case. Now we need to see if it's odd. So then we can do else if again. We can do kilos mod 2. And if that doesn't equal to 0, then we see out no. Oh, my bad. Should be there. No. So it looks something like this. So now if we run the file, let's say 8. See, it's yes. But now if we check something like 2, no. Something like an even number, a big even number, 1002, yes. So now let's copy in this code. Let's submit it. Submit. We'll do this. Copy it in, C++. Yep, submit. And as we can see, it's accepted. So this is a solution for the problem watermelon.